Okay, hello and welcome to another video. Okay guys, so as you can see I'm going to have a major update today. So this is a video I've been wanting to make for about 4 or 5 months. Just haven't had the time to get around to doing it, and today it's really poor weather. Sunshine disappeared, it's pouring down with rain, so I thought there's no better day than today to get this done. The wife is out, the kids are out, so now's my time to get this sorted. Okay, so for those who don't know me, welcome everybody to my channel. I am Tristan and I make videos on motorcycle and car restoration. So what I plan on doing is talk on this video about what I'm looking at doing, well, what I am doing in a few weeks. So basically I'm 47 and my current career is as a senior manager in a company as a continuous improvement manager. And I've basically resigned my nice corporate style job. So before you think I'm absolutely mental, I've been with the company for about 4 years now. I've had managerial jobs all my life, pretty much. I used to build oil rigs, used to live in South Korea on boats and whatnot for Maersk drilling, do that kind of thing. That was good fun, very stressful, very highly paid, but very stressful. And I'm now at the age where I want to do what I enjoy doing. That's pretty much where I'm at. I want to give this whole YouTube and social media gig thing a go. Seems to be doing well when I put the time into it and effort. So what my plan is I've basically resigned from my job. So because of my position in the company, I had to give 3 months notice period. So that 3 months is up towards the end of July. So on the 1st of August, I shall be full-time self-employed in my little micro unit, if you like, working on my car, my Honda CRX that I'm restoring, and also working on restoring motorbikes. And the plan is, just to show you what type of content is going to be created, is I'm going to be buying motorcycles that don't run. Maybe they've been stolen, recovered, maybe they've been accident damaged, put them back on the road again. But I'm going to be filming the process from the diagnostics to any issues, to any paintwork or bodywork I'll be doing on the bikes, down to the sale pretty much. And I'll be doing the same. I'll be buying a few cars, maybe a few vans. Most likely it's going to be motorcycles, and I'll cycle one van at a time, purely because of space. Because my unit is very small. I am working on getting a bigger unit at the moment, but that's taking time. It's very difficult to get a unit. I don't know where I'm at anyway in the northeast. When I try and get a unit, as soon as you mention anything to do with vehicles, you get turned down straight away. So it's quite difficult to find a large unit that doesn't cost an arm and a leg. So what I plan on doing is from the 1st of August is start tidying up my unit because it's in a mess, clearing out everything I can, spend 1 day a week on my CRX videos because I need that car out of my way, and then I'll be offering mechanical services for motorcycles. I'll be restoring bikes for YouTube and selling on, and I'll be doing the whole YouTube thing, which I enjoy doing. So you'll be seeing a lot more videos moving forwards from next week forwards, hopefully. And hopefully I'll start getting better at the content. I'm not particularly good at filming, but I'm not too bothered. I just go with the flow. If I snap a bolt whilst I'm doing restoration, I'm going to show that I've snapped a bolt, and I'm going to try and fix it. In fact, you'll see one of my videos where I've snapped a spark plug in an engine. I think the previous owner must have winding the spark plugs, and they were so hard, it was just crazy. So you'll see me trying to remove that or drill it out, we'll see. Okay, so if you're wondering why have I, at 47, why have I quit my nice comfy job? Why am I doing this, which is quite risky? It's purely because I want to enjoy what I'm doing in life. Now, I like my job, I like the people I work with. There's literally one person in the whole company I absolutely don't like, literally one person. And you're always going to have that wherever you go. I had a really good director, I have no issues whatsoever. You know, been there for 4 years, never had any complaints against me, warnings, any of that stuff. But I just got fed up. So I was travelling almost 1 hour 45 minutes to work every day, there and back. And I found that I was going to work and I wasn't necessarily enjoying the job, because I liked what I was doing, but then quite a few people around me were either taking time off sick when they're supposed to be sick, and then you see them driving around and all this kind of thing, and they're getting full pay. Or there's people that are doing literally a quarter of hours of the work I was doing, and they're getting paid more than I was. And I just got fed up. I got fed up of the whole corporate life, if you like. I fell out of love with it, if you like. So they're a great bunch of people to work with, but myself, I found it wasn't fulfilling enough. I like to be challenged. I tend to work much better when I'm under pressure as well. And I thought, I'm doing 50, 60, sometimes 70 hours a week initially. And yes, you get the odd thank you every now and again, but financially it wasn't adding any more value to my life. In fact, it was causing many more problems, because you go home, you're exhausted, you don't see your kids, hardly ever see the wife. Then you've got Saturday and Sunday, so you can do some work on Saturday on the business, or Sunday, well one day anyway. So one day was for the business and one day was taking the wife and kids out. And then you're just knackered and you don't even enjoy the Sunday, because you know that in a few hours time you've got to wake up to go back to work. So I thought, I'm 47, I'm going to give this a go for 1 or 2 years. If it doesn't work, worst case, I'll just get a job again. I've got a good CV, good references, I'll just get a job again. Now I don't like bouncing around jobs too much, but if I don't do it now, I'm never going to do it, because I'll be too old. I know you're never too old, but it's also somewhat of a physical job as well. So for me, now is the time to make this work, essentially. So I've got to give this a go. And the weather is awful today. Yeah, so the plan is I'm trying to get my unit organised before I start full time, which is really difficult because I've barely got any time and I've got nowhere to work. And what I've been doing was I've started buying motorcycles, so I've got quite a bit of stock to work on. But the downfall of that is I can't move. I've got to get my bikes out to the garage to be able to get in and do some work. So like today, where it's pouring down with rain, I'm not keen to leave them outside, so I can't really do much. So the first step of the business will be tidy up my commercial unit, sort out all my paperwork. I've got an accountant ready, that's not a problem. Tidy up my spare parts and tools, all that kind of thing, get that organised. So the first couple of weeks will be a bit of filming and that as well. And then I'm not going to do anything else on the side. I was thinking about doing some consulting work on the side, but I'm thinking, well, all the consulting work I've found or I've been offered has been going abroad, which I'm not keen on doing because it's distracting from what I'm trying to do for the business, and then the business will ultimately fail because you end up in the same cycle. So I'm going to ditch all that. I'm going to focus full time on my business, literally. And what I'm trying to do is be home for maybe 4 or 5 o'clock for the most part, so that I have a good quality of life. It's not just making the money and doing what I enjoy doing, it's also having a good quality of life, which is something I always struggle with. I tend to be a workaholic and just work myself to death. So I'm trying to step away from that and try and control my hours somewhat by going to the gym in the morning, do some work, and then carry on. So there's a good video by Aaron, I can't remember your surname, and where he talks about design your own life, live life by design, so to speak, so you design your own life. And that's what I'm trying to do, essentially. Okay, so fingers crossed, that's where we're heading. In terms of work, have I shot myself in the foot? Maybe, who knows, because it takes time to climb up the ladder and get a name for yourself and all that. I might have shot myself in the foot, but it's worth trying, because when am I going to do it, essentially. Will I earn less than I was earning at work? Probably yes, I'd imagine for the first year especially. I'll definitely make less money, but I see it's going to be a lot more enjoyable. It's going to affect my health in a positive way as well. And I think the biggest takeaway I can get from this is the more I put in, the more I'm going to get out of it, essentially. Whereas what I had at work is that the manager next to me hardly ever did any work or failed in everything he's probably tried to achieve. And then because he's failed, I get his work. And then you make a success of it, and instead of it being handed over, it remains your job, and then you're doing the work of 2 people. And then the same happens again, then you're doing the work of 3 people. And I just find it highly irritating. I love doing a really good job. I like to be not the best man on the team, but I like to work in a team. But I like to make sure I work really hard and do the best I possibly can. And I just find I find it very soul destroying when you're working with people that just couldn't care less, so they're paid the same, if not a lot more than you as well. And I find it demotivates me completely, and I lose interest. and I found it really hard lately in the past 6 months to go to work and be proud of what I'm doing. So by doing this, I'm going to be proud of what I'm doing. Hopefully it can work. It might not work, who knows, and then just try and reinvent myself and see how it goes. But I think from a business structure point of view, I can split the business up in 4 different categories, which, well, what I mean by that is I've got 4 different streams of income. Make a bit from motorbike sales, make a bit from YouTube eventually, because I'm not monetized yet, as you can see. Make a bit from servicing, and put that together and you make up a wage. And what led me on to this was I looked at my, sorry guys, I'm just driving and the weather's horrendous today. So I looked at my wage and I broke my wage down and I thought, I'm earning a decent wage. But the reality is, the more promotions I got, the more work I was getting given, which then meant you're going home, you're answering the phone, sometimes you're answering in the evening, you're answering on the weekend. On the weekend you're planning for what you're doing on the Monday, so you don't waste any labour hours if you'd like. And what I found was, is that when I got my wage and divided by 50 weeks, I thought 2 weeks off, divided by 50 weeks, divided by 5 days, I know you've got your sick leave and you've got your holiday pay and all that kind of thing. But just to get an average, because I work over that anyway, when I actually broke down my wage on a daily basis, I thought, my God, surely I could do that on a daily basis, working for myself. It really doesn't seem that difficult. Honestly, guys, it really doesn't seem that difficult. And I'll give you an example. So I bought a Honda CBR, Honda 600F a couple of weeks ago, and I bought it from an auction, and the plan was to restore it on YouTube. But I've got so many bikes sort of lined up, I couldn't get around to doing it. So what I thought is, I'll put the bike for sale. And sure enough, I sold the bike within a week. I'd say a week and a half of putting it for sale. I sold the bike. I didn't even touch the bike whatsoever. Now I've only made about £200 profit on the bike, to be fair. And I was very cautious because I don't like doing that, because I've not checked the bike over, not checked the brakes. I mean, I did roughly, but I've tested it in the yard. So when the young chap, really lovely fellow, hi Austin, if you're watching this, by the way. So when Austin came in and saw the bike, we just went through the bike, make sure there was oil, tested the brakes, checked the seals, just make sure it needed some work, but make sure it was safe, right? Because you don't want to sell a bike and then someone has an accident. So anyway, so we did that, and I made £200. Well, not really profit. I took in £200 more than I bought the bike for, essentially. And the idea behind that was, whilst I'm waiting for the bikes to be refurbed because I haven't got enough time, I might as well put it for sale and see if I can just turn them over and earn some money from there. Now, I sold it for £200 more. Now, I'm not saying it's profit, I'll tell you why, because I drove 4 hours to go pick the bike up and bring it back home again. And you've got to pay for your fuel, your hours and whatnot. So you might say, you haven't really made any money, which in theory, if I had to work out my labour hours, I've got paid for driving, essentially. But it was an experiment and it worked, and I enjoyed doing it. So what I'm going to start doing is add that as a stream of income as well. Also, when I start doing my servicing, when someone comes to service their motorbike, I'm going to service the motorbike. Hopefully you can hear me because the road's quite noisy here. I'm going to service the motorbike, and then I'm going to give the person that buys the bike a report on what's been done on the bike, including pictures, because then you can show that you're legitimate and you've done the work properly, rather than, oh yes mate, I've changed your oil and you haven't done anything. I know too many people like that, unfortunately, in the world. So I want to do everything properly and hopefully get a good reputation. So I'm not after quantity, I'm after quality. I don't want to get tons and tons of bikes through the door, just a few, do them properly, earn a bit more money on top of the YouTube and everything else, and carry on. But I think, guys, I'm generally going to make this work. I'm going to give it my best shot. So watch this space. I'm going to end the video here, and in a few weeks' time you'll start seeing loads more videos coming through about diagnostic servicing, me fixing things, how I fix them, the problems I've got, issues with the business maybe. It'll be a bit of everything really. And a bit of a heads up, 3 of the bikes you're probably going to be seeing restored. I've just bought a beautiful, absolutely gorgeous Triumph Daytona T595, and that's one of the first, it's a 955i now, but that's one of the first ones that came out. So I'm going to be restoring one of those. I'm going to be restoring a Kawasaki ER500, and also I have a Kawasaki ZX6R that's going to be done as well. So they're one of the 3 ones I'm going to be working on, along with the caddy van, which I've not got around to do yet, and the Honda CRX. So yeah, so like and subscribe as always, give me a thumbs up, any questions you have let me know, and hopefully you'll see some more content from me very shortly. Have a good day everybody.